Hi everybody, welcome to my channel. Debra Dickinson here, Bandit here. Thank you for being on this journey with us. Today I am going to answer some of your most frequently asked questions. How is Bandit doing? How's the repairs on the RV doing? Am I going to keep my home base? Am I still engaged? What's next? And more. And I am going to do some myth busting that trolls have put out there. So stay tuned. We're going to cover it all today. Bandit and I trekked out into the desert. One, so I could give you this scenery, but two, because the camp people are working on stuff. And three, I just needed some time out in nature and we needed a walk. So I came on out here. I probably have shadows on my face because the sun is over there, but I wanted you to have this view. And I don't want to stare into the sun because I'm already squinting as it is. So let me get my notes. Oops, Bandito's sitting on them. And plus, sitting here, he has some shade if he wants to go get in the shade. And don't worry, everybody, we came with water. And just do it. And we're careful about snakes because they're starting to come out this time of year. And I brought my tarp and a blanket to sit on. So we're doing just great. But I'm going to put my sunglasses back on because it is very, very sunny. All right, I've got my notes here and I'm going to look at them. First of all, how is Bandit doing? I am going to put I love that everybody loves Bandit, and thank you guys for always asking about him. I'm going to be having a video coming up pretty soon, I think in the next couple of weeks, where I not only tell you how Bandit is doing, but people that knew him back in the day when I first got him and saw some of his attacks and everything, they're going to tell you how they think he's doing. But he is doing great. I'm so proud of him. He has come such a long ways. So stay tuned for that video. All right, so the first question I want to get to after that is Mino Fairy, Megan, says that she'll be glad when my repairs on Phoenix come to an end. Well, the truth is, when you own a home, it doesn't matter whether it's on wheels or whether it's a sticks and bricks, the repairs really never come to an end. And then if you get everything caught up, then something either breaks or you want to redecorate or whatever. So, but as far as the major repairs, I came to my home base, and we'll talk about that in a minute, to get some things done that she needed. The carburetor needed adjustment. I'm getting the AC hopefully finally repaired, and you guys have probably seen that video where I went to Vegas to get the AC hose fabricated. And Tom will soon be installing all of that, as well as fixing a power steering leak. So I love my home. I love my rig. She has risen from the ashes and has named Phoenix. And I think I have decided to do whatever it takes to make her roadworthy and reliable, because any other RV, she's a 23-foot fiberglass. She has a fabulous interior, and she just needed some TLC on the engine and the chassis and the brakes and you name it. She pretty much needed an overhaul. And you don't put the kind of money that I've put into her and then just walk away. And so I've decided that I am sticking with this rig. And after I get everything done on the engine and the chassis and everything, I'm going to start to work on the outside. In fact, we'll talk about that in a minute on my upcoming plans. I got something fun coming up for that. So thanks for asking, Megan, Mino Fairy, and I hope that answered your question on that. All right, Six Springs 3 was asking or saying, I guess it's a kind of a question, that they hoped that everybody that has helped me got compensated or repaid in some way. And I just want to address that because this is a wonderful, loving community. We all help each other out, but I also want everyone to know that yes, I pay when I can, and by that I mean when they will let me. There often in this community people won't take a dime, But when someone will let me pay them, I absolutely do. And I work with my trustee on that. And I'm not going to list who I've compensated and who I haven't, because that wouldn't be fair. But we all take care of each other. That is true. And you will find that to be true out here in the nomad community. But we also find a way to pay it back, whether to the person that helped us or to pay it forward. And having said that, I will say that on the projects and all that you have seen people helping me with, I've been out of pocket about $2,500. Now, like I said, some have taken money and some have not. But when someone will let me pay them, I absolutely do. And of course, I don't put that on the videos or anything. But I'm getting a lot of comments lately about how I'm lucky that people are helping me do all of this stuff for free. And yes, I am very lucky and I am very blessed and I am very grateful. But don't make any assumptions, because you don't know, because I don't put private stuff like that on the videos. But that's how this community works. And it's kind of like, I would say kind of like old-fashioned barn building back in the pioneer days, when the villages would get together and help each other out. And then you go to the next one and you go to the next one. But because my ability to actually do something for somebody, I can't do the construction and the solar, and I'm not the seamstress that my other friends are that make curtains and do all of this stuff for other people. And so I absolutely pay every time they will accept it from me. And so I hope that answers that. Enough said on that. Okay, so I guess here's the big one of the day, because a lot of people are asking. R.C. Long was the last one to ask, am I still engaged? Are we still engaged? And no, we are not. I am wearing my ring on my right hand, not my left hand, and it was my great-grandmother's ring. And Robert and I both have traumatic brain injuries. Everybody out here, or I don't mean out here, everybody period with a brain injury, it affects everybody differently. And when we are in stress and anxiety, as life tends to bring, our needs are just completely polar opposite, and that doesn't mesh for us. His anxieties are when I need to kind of retreat, and we have addressed that on a past video, and we thought that we would be able to make it work as a couple, and it doesn't look like we are going to be able to, but we love each other very much. We will be forever friends, and we don't want to say any more about that publicly. We're both grieving. We are both hugely disappointed. We don't know what the future looks like, but the final answer is we are not a couple. We will remain forever friends. We're not getting married, and we are moving forward to see what that looks like. And I will address our business partnership a little bit more in a moment. But we do ask. We know that we're public figures. We both have YouTube channels and everything, but we are adjusting to this change and doing our best to honor each other, and we are figuring out how to build this forever friendship. And that's as much as we are going to share publicly. Let me just say, that's as much as we've agreed to share publicly. That's as much as I'm going to share publicly. And I can't speak for Robert, but we are moving forward in love as friends. Final answer. All right, so I hope that answers that. And thank you all for the loving well wishes and for celebrating it with us when we thought it was going to work. And thank you for those of you who are grieving with us, because it is a very hard change to adapt to. Okay? All right, so I'm glad I'm out here in the wild open spaces and can do this without people hearing me, because it's awkward to talk about. All right, Southern Sky Woman is my next question, and she wanted to know, do I edit my own videos or does Robert help me? Well, at the time that she posted that original question, I was filming and publishing and editing, or I guess it goes backwards, filming, editing, and publishing my own videos. I cannot continue to spend 6, 7, 8 hours a day on each video editing it and publishing it and all of that. And I still am working on my 4th book, How Being a Nomad Saved My Life. And I cannot do that. That'd be a lot for anyone without a brain injury, let alone me. And I was thought about once and for all letting my YouTube channel go, because it looked like I was going to have to choose between YouTube or writing. And in talking with Robert and in talking with my trustee David, we have worked out a payment plan, because it's not fair that Robert does my editing for me and not get compensated. And so there have been some people that says he should just do what he does for me because he cares for me, and that's not true. Robert is a professional videographer. He's a professional editor. He edits Bob Wells' Cheap RV Living videos, and he has other clients, and so we have to learn to wear, moving forward, he and I are learning to wear both hats. Friends that love one another and business partners. And as business partners, we have worked out to where my trustee will pay him for the videos he edits. So moving forward, and you have seen the card on the videos where I film, I do all the filming. The other day, he was holding the camera for me, and his shadow was in the film, and somebody was joking that my tripod had a big shadow, and I love what Robert said. He left a funny reply, and he said, "Walk softly and carry a big tripod." But that honestly is the only time that he has helped me film. So I design the videos. I decide what to shoot. I shoot them. I have an iPhone 11. I hope to upgrade to an iPhone 12 because it has an even better camera, but it does a glorious job, I think, of capturing what I want it to capture, and I use my iPhone because I can do that. So I film everything, and then I leave Robert notes about what my vision was, and then he edits them, and that will be moving forward. Anytime that is not the case, you won't see the card at the end of the video that says filmed and published by me and edited by Robert. So I hope that answers that question. And my writing partner, by the way, is Angelique at writeforhealing.com, and that is also a compensated partnership, but she is also one of my best friends that I love very much. Now, having said that, I want to also say that, of course, neither one of them are charging me industry standards. If they were, I wouldn't be able to even eat or feed Bandit. And so there is great friendship and great love in the contracts that we have worked out, and I want to thank both of them, Robert and Angelique, for all their help in helping me move forward. And as my channel grows and as my books sell, they also will be able to profit from that. And I share that because I want everyone to know that it's Team Debra. It's not just me, and I say that all the time. Okay, moving on to the next question. Rambler. She not only wanted to know if we were still engaged, she wanted to know if I was keeping my home base. And I didn't think I was going to because I love boondocking so much. And I've got a video coming up pretty soon about nomad terminology. And I've got friends that help me define the different things because they're not exactly in Webster's dictionary or on Wikipedia, the terms that we use out here. And so I'll have a video coming out about the nomad terminology. But boondocking is out in the wild, no campgrounds, no amenities whatsoever. And for me, it's miles away where I can't even see anybody else. That's my favorite. And I don't know how that's going to work with an RV right now, but I'll figure it out. I was able to do that in the winter out in Quartzsite because there are roads that allow you to do that. But I don't know moving forward. But I have decided to keep my home base, and I am going to call it a docking station. So from now on videos, when I refer to my docking station, I'm referring to my home base. It is at an RV park that charges half price when I am not physically there. And it's kind of an insurance for me, and my trustee David and I decided that we're gonna keep that expense, and it's worth the insurance. And so I hope that answers that question. If you have any other questions, and I'm gonna cover some more in just a moment, but I just want to interject. If you have any questions for me, please leave them in the comments below. And let me check on Bandit. Hold on. Bandito, what you doing, buddy? Is there something interesting in that bush? I think he's just really enjoying the shade. So now he's behind me and the big shade that I'm providing. You're such a good boy. I love you. Yeah, you can stay in the shade, buddy. It's hot, isn't it? I gave him some water just before I started filming, and I'll do that again. I don't think, can y'all see him? It's hard for me to see in the camera or in my phone. And so I want to answer some questions about, did I even finish? Leave your questions in the comments below. And, oh, that's what I was going to say. And if I don't answer them on another FAQ video, I will try to answer them on my Friday Night Lives, in addition to answering the comments. But if I am having TBI episodes, or am skipping, or am just crazy busy, I admire the YouTubers that can do all of the above and still answer every single comment. I read them all, but I often can't answer them too. And often I read them, if my day has been really super busy and long, I read them when I lay down at night, and it's too much for me to thumbtext to answer every one of them. So I just know that I love you and I appreciate you, and I will do my best to answer your questions, if not as a reply in the comments, then in some video format. All right, now I want to, it's April Fool's. Only this is not an April Fool's joke. I am going to answer some questions that are myths out there that my mind, like Kramer used to do on Seinfeld. People just blow me away. Okay, so here's one, and these were actually left on other channels. On my channel, I want to start by saying I don't mind somebody disagreeing with me. I don't mind people sharing opposing views. That's what makes the world go round. But if you are ugly about it, or if you are mean, and especially if you go attack somebody else on my channel, one of my viewers, my wonderful viewers that has left a comment, yeah, you're going to be blocked. Does that mean I don't want people to disagree, or I don't want people voicing their opinion? Of course not. I appreciate that, but you do not have to be mean, and you do not get a forum on my channel to be mean. So people have been forwarding to me what people have been saying on another channel, and I'm not going to give that channel credit because of a video they posted about me, or that included me. And so let's go bust some myths on this April Fool's Day, because this is not April Fool's joke, you guys. I am not kidding. Here is something somebody asked or said: is TBI contagious? You know what? Ain't nobody got time for that, you jerk. A traumatic brain injury, of course, is not contagious, and I hope they weren't being serious anyway, but they're indicating that it is not a real disability, or that I don't have a brain injury. And you know, you're going to have to get in line to talk to the hospitals and my doctors, and please, if you have some evidence that I don't have a brain injury, please send it to me, because maybe we can do a joint malpractice suit against the neurosurgeon that did my brain surgery. I'm just saying, people are so ridiculously stupid. No, it's not an April Fool's joke. I do have a brain injury, and Aricept that is normally given for dementia and Alzheimer's. I think I've been on it now for, I don't know, I'd have to go back and look. And if Dr. Lori is watching this, if you'll post in the comments when you subscribed it to me, I'd appreciate it. But I don't remember how long. I think it's about 2 years, but it has given me my life back. And I get that I don't often present that I look like I have a brain injury, but that's because I don't usually put the days that I'm in bed, and the days that I'm falling, and the days that I have TBI episodes on camera. Sometimes I do, and then I get blasted for that. So I'm going to get blasted no matter what I do. But today we're just having fun busting some April Fool's myths left by trolls. And in response to that, R.A. Allen said to KCADV, whatever that stands for. Anyway, R.A. Allen said, yeah, I'm on to her. She plays the poor little disabled facade. Okay, first of all, I want to use foul language and say, you, because nobody can accuse me of playing poor little anything. I grew up in a horrible home, a horrible situation, severely abused to the point I wasn't able to even give birth to my own children. I was the first in my family to graduate high school. I have a degree from the University of North Texas in Denton with a 3.68 GPA in biology and a double minor in chemistry and physics. I built a great career, and I overcame being in a coma from being beaten and having a brain injury to 10 years later having scar tissue built up and having hippocampal sclerosis and having brain surgery. And I'm still out here, mofo, and you don't get to say that I'm playing the poor little card on anything. I am not. And I bet you're the kind of jerk that if you see somebody in a wheelchair that's having trouble getting up over a curb or something, you're like, oh, they're just playing it for all it's worth. You know, I am going to say it. Screw you and everybody else that thinks that. So I am saying all of this because from now on, when trolls think they have a voice and they want to say something, I'm just going to go pull the clip from this video and post it. So, that myth is busted. Ain't nobody playing poor little anything here, let alone me. And I say that for everybody that has a disability and that has ever been beat up on. And so there. All right. And then here, RV Funky in that same thread, and I don't want to say who sent this to me and brought it to my attention, but thank you for letting me know that those jerks were out there so I could address this, especially on April Fool's Day, because they're the fools and we're busting their myths. RV Funky, man, he had a lot to say, and what I love about this is these people don't know me, they've never met me, and they are so completely clueless. I wonder what their frickin' brain injury is. Okay, so I'm all riled up now. So I'm going to take these point by point of what he had to say. He says, I use my disability to garnish funds. Well, guess what, RV Funky? You're not even funky. You're just messed up, man. I'm not garnishing funds. I'm working for this. And you don't know how many hours it takes to make videos, and you don't care. You're just a troll sitting behind your computer and your little keyboard making stuff up. I am not garnishing anything, especially from my disability. The only times I share about my brain injury and what is going on with me is in hopes that it gives other people hope, especially those with a brain injury and especially the caregivers caring for those people that are in their lives with a brain injury. So, he says, I learned how to play the sympathy card. Again, what the heck? Do I look like I am asking for or needing sympathy? Not quite. Not me. And then I love this. All right. So he says, I got rid of KOKO Jack because he didn't behave. First of all, I need to figure out the technology on it, but I am in touch with KOKO Jack's forever mom. Her name is Bonnie. We're friends on Facebook. She sends me pictures all the time, and I hope to do an online interview with her and make that a video so that you guys can meet her and see KOKO Jack and everything. I didn't get rid of KOKO Jack because he couldn't behave. I did share in a video that he had behavioral problems because I wanted anybody that did take him to know what his issues were. But KOKO Jack was a dog that Robert and I rescued in Arkansas from a horrible situation. My two senior dogs that I came out here on the road with had died in the same year, 2017. I wasn't ready for a dog, but I loved KOKO Jack and I would have kept him. But that poor dog hated van life. He was the one that was unhappy. I could have worked with him, and I loved him and took him and rescued him thinking that I was giving him a forever home. He didn't want to live in a van. So we began making videos and we began making preparations to get him to his forever home. You guys, Robert and I drove from Wyoming to Florida to get that dog to his forever home. And then we had to go to Colorado to meet with my trustee because I had some financial and legal stuff to take care of with my trustee. Now, who does that when they're wanting to just get rid of a dog because they don't misbehave? So you know what, RV Funky, you're just making a fool of yourself saying stuff like that. And then he said, I got Bandit as clickbait. Oh man, you talking about getting my fur baby mama riled up. That just made my mama bear tiger claws come out. This dog is anything but clickbait. He is my heart. I have invested my soul into him, into getting him turned around from a dog that attacks anybody and everything, including me. I should have probably had stitches in a few places that he's left scars. And everybody is remarking how far he has come. And no animal to me is ever less than precious. And for somebody to say that, you're just showing your ass, not mine. And I'm not even going to address that anymore. Everybody knows how much I love Bandit and that he is not clickbait. I'm over you. Then the next thing he said, which comes up quite often, so let's address it as a myth. He said that I disrespected the New Mexico tribal police because I went through the Navajo Nation and I did a slam video, or however he worded it. It's probably on screen. Robert's editing this, so I don't know where he's going to show you what RV Funky said. But I was on I-40 getting gas. I didn't go. I mean, that might have been part of the reservation. I don't have a clue. I was on I-40. I took an exit and got gas. I shared that because I left 47 days locked down, and this was during the time when the pandemic hit in 2020. And I had been 47 days in lockdown, and I was scooting to my home base. I never once, except to get gas, got out of my van, out of respect for our nation, and especially the places that are hit hard. But what I did was I filled up with gas and I went to a parking space and I was making coffee so I could keep traveling. Again, the only time I got out of my van was to get gas. I didn't even go into stores for any supplies or to use the restroom or anything. And I couldn't believe it that I hadn't even been there 10 minutes. I literally was boiling water to do pour over coffee and was going to keep going. And I shared that on a video that the tribal police did come and knock on my door. I was not being disrespectful. It was a video. My channel is a vlog, a daily vlog about the life in. That's what happened to me that day. One of my best friends for decades is Whitestone Woman of the Lakota. I have nothing but respect and deep grief for the indigenous of our country. And so you don't get to accuse me of something so stupid. And it comes up all the time. So I just wanted to address that because, like I said, it's April Fool's Day. We're talking about fools, and I'm busting myths. And I'm going to use this in the future to address it when it comes up again, because people don't have anything better to do with their time. All right, so the last thing before I close with something very important is, as always, these idiots say ebegging. Anytime you hear somebody talking about ebegging, just either clap back or delete them if they're on your channel, please. And the guy whose channel all these comments were made on didn't have the decency to clap back or delete them or block them or anything. So that tells me a lot about him. And up until then, I'd had respect for him, but he just let that go without saying anything or addressing it. And I just don't understand. You don't get to come to my channel and bash other people. I certainly wouldn't let you come to my channel and bash him, so I don't get that. But anytime you hear somebody talking about ebegging, they're already off in their own la-la land and they don't know what the hell they're talking about. And he specifically said that I was ebegging to repair my ancient RV. All right, first of all, I've taken out 3 loans that my trustee and I are paying back out of my hard-earned money and Social Security. So that is not e-begging, you little twit. That is me paying my own way. And I'm over it. Call me what you want. I don't care anymore. I have been on YouTube since 2016, and people that say stupid stuff like that have given me thick skin. I'm just addressing myth busting, and on April Fool's Day, to say it's no April Fool's joke. I really have put in $12,000 of my own money, and what I've taken out in loans, I'm paying back. I'm very transparent about where my money goes. Even my stimulus check, I did a video on. So whatever, you want to call me that, you go right ahead. And then there's two things that I'm going to say in closing. One, my Social Security disability is not government money. It's not your tax money. It's from money that I put in, and I've been working or had been working. I'm not able to do a job and show up and suit up every day. I would love to. If God would heal me of this brain injury to where I could do math and I could read more than 2 or 3 paragraphs at a time, I'll be the first one in an employment line. But that's not employable, you guys. I can't even do basic calendars because it's math. And again, I know the trolls are going to come out of the woodwork, and I don't care. But my Social Security disability, I'm not on Medicaid. People, if you're going to make stupid comments, educate yourself. I'm on Medicare from my Social Security that I paid in. And to be honest, I've actually been working since I was 12. I worked in a laundry room at a hotel in the summers of when I was 12 and 13. And but that was in California, and that was before all the rules and laws that we have now that would have stopped that. And I've always been industrious, and I've worked my entire life. But my Social Security money, because back then, I don't know how, but I got a hardship license at 14, and I don't remember how. And I started working at age 14 and started paying into Social Security. So my money that I get each month is mine from what I paid in. Now, some people argue that is a collective and it's government money and it's coming back to me from the government. Okay, whatever, but I paid it in. And so I just wanted to address that. And I got to rambling, and not rambling, but ranting, and I forgot what my other point was. Oh, driving. Yes, I have a brain injury, and yes, 5 doctors in the state of Texas and now the state of Nevada have given me my driver's license, and unless you're a neurosurgeon, I don't want to hear from you about me driving. And I actually have an interview coming up with another traumatic brain injury thriver out here who has had multiple brain injuries, and we both had to lose our license, me for about 1.5 years, and I honestly don't remember. She says in the interview how long that she went without her license, and I rode the community bus where they send out to take you to your doctor's appointments, and my friends would take me to the grocery store and everything because I couldn't drive for 1.5 years, and we had to take special tests and all of that to get our license back, and our doctors had to approve us, the Social Security doctors had to approve us, and then the Department of Transportation for any state that we get licensed in has to approve us. So, all you know-it-alls out there, stay tuned for that video, and I hope that you all, I just had to get all this off my chest, and I wanted to answer some frequently asked questions, and I wanted to share with you April Fool's Day, myth busting, and I am going to call some friends while I'm out here in the desert and chill and maybe get in the shade with Bandit. Leave me your questions below, and if you're on this journey with me and you're not a dumbass troll, thank you for being here. And if you see dumbass trolls, clap back. Don't let them just have a voice if you know better. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying get into an argument or something, but I appreciate the people that spoke up and said, I know Debra, and y'all don't know what you're talking about, and all of that. I just really appreciate it. So thank you for being on this journey with me. Be sure that you have liked and subscribed to my channel and click that bell. Make sure that you have rung it to say all and not just personalized. And always stay safe out there, everybody. Keep on keeping on, and we'll see you down the road. I would tell Bandit to say bye, but I know what he's watching. He's watching lizards out there. Bye, everybody.